Hello everybody, this is Dave and welcome to another one of my Gundam builds. So it's been a while, but today we are going to be building this lovely mobile suit. It is the MSN-07S Zgok, Principality of Zeon, and it is Char Aznable's Zgok. As you can probably see from the top here, it is a real grade and a 144 scale. So, let us begin this build. It will obviously be sped up. I'm going to tell you a bit about the technical specifications of the MSN-07S Zgok. It is classified as a limited production mobile suit, and it is an amphibious model, meaning that it can fight on land as well as underwater. Mainly used though for underwater incursions, stealth missions and scouting beneath enemy lines, as well as launching surprise attacks from the water. The model number, surprising enough, is MSM-07S. Its height is 18.4 meters, that's 60.367 feet, or 724.409 inches. The base weight, without any loads on it, so any sort of missiles, any sort of oxygen tanks, anything like that, is 67.3 tons. Its full weight, when fully loaded, is 95.2 tons. The power source is a Minovsky fusion reactor, the generator output of which is 2,650 kilowatts, or 3,553.708 horsepower. Yes, I know. The armor material is a super high tensile steel, so super tough steel. And the maximum acceleration is 0.97 g, whatever that means. Its sensor radius is 5,200 meters, that's 17,060.367 feet. That's a long sensor range. It is only needed to be crewed by one pilot, but obviously needs a team of mechanics to keep it fully operating. The manufacturer of the mobile suit is the MIP company. The developed form is it's developed from the MSN-07 Zgok, and it was first deployed in 0079 of the Universal Century. The operator of which is the Principality of Zeon, and the known pilots of this Zgok is, of course, Char Aznable. Its standard armaments are 6 240mm missile launcher, 2 mega particle cannons, and 2 iron nails. First time we saw the Zgok was in the TV series of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, episode 29. The games it has been in have been Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo, Mobile Suit Gundam Federation vs. Zeon, Mobile Suit Gundam Encounters in Space, Mobile Suit Gundam Gundam vs. Zeta, Destiny Warriors Gundam 2, and Destiny Warriors Gundam Reborn. The MSN-07S Zgok command type is a variant of the MSN-07 Zgok, created by the Principality of Zeon during the 1-year war. Obviously. Each of the Zgok's hands features a built-in mega particle cannon for easier and more precise aiming. Each hand also has 3 claws, which could be used to thrust into the Earth Federation's mobile suits, as Char Aznable demonstrates during the television show. Or they could be used to smash through things as well, rock, shields, sides of ships, submarines. The Zgok also has missiles. That's a lot of missiles. The pair of mega particle cannons is powered directly from the mobile suit's Minovsky nuclear fusion reactor. The mega particle cannons are mounted into the palm of its hands, so for example, if the Zok grabs onto something and starts crushing it and it starts putting up a fight, it just fires its particle cannon into the face of whatever it's fighting, destroying the head of the mobile suit quickly, or can be used for long-range support for underwater battles against moving targets such as submarines and other amphibious mobile suits. The iron nails, or the 3 metal claws which are built into each arm surrounding the mega particle cannon found on the palm, can pierce through armor and walls, rocks, you name it, it can pierce through it. The only exception of this seems to be the Mobile Suit Gundam itself. From the production of the MSN-07 Zagok, a few of these units were outfitted with more powerful reactors and slightly better armor. This made the S-type lighter and increased the overall performance. The Zeon War Ace, Char Aznable, better known as the Red Comet to his foes, piloted a command-type Zagok in his traditional red color scheme during the assault on the Earth Federation's Jarbil headquarters on November 30th, Universal Century 0079. Of course, that's the one I am building at the moment, Char Aznable's Zagok. It is his second mobile suit that he uses in the series after he has piloted his Zaku and is now on the Earth, leading the assault against the Jaburo base there. So there's a bit about the history and the function of the Zagok there. Like the Zaku, Dom, and other suits of the Principality of Zeon, the Zok has one camera mounted in its head unit for the pilot to see out of. This has seen by some as a disadvantage over the Mobile Suit Gundam, the gun tank, and the gun cannon, as they had 2 cameras in their head unit which acted like eyes, supposedly giving a better perception of depth. Whether or not this is true has yet been confirmed by any official sources of the Gundam franchise, and by the way that Char Aznable has been able to not only match the Gundam on several occasions, but also beat other mobile suit pilots, fleets of battleships and fighters, makes this theory to have very little foundation. But I think about Javro base, the base in which the Zaku was most intuitive. Jaburo is a massive military complex featured in Mobile Suit Gundam and Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. It was the headquarters of the Earth Federation forces during the One-Year War. Located in an underground complex in the heart of the South American Amazon River basin, it was considered impervious to conventional assaults by both the Federation and Zeon militaries. While its general location in South America was common knowledge, its entrance and exit points were zealously guarded secrets, and the target of numerous Zeon plots. Jaburo's canvas reaches high a variety megally for its staff, along with expensive factories, spaceship docks, and research facilities. The Federation's early mobile suit production began in Jaburo, ultimately producing thousands of units, including many Gundam prototypes and other experimental weapons. Jaburo has often been a target for the Zeon military, however, due to its unusual location. A frontal assault provided nearly impossible in the early weeks of the One-Year War. Zeon began operating British, attempting a space colony drop on the continent to wipe out the Federation leadership wholesale. The attempt failed due to the fierce resistance by the Federation fleet, causing the colony to miss its rear angle over the Pacific Ocean, instead striking Australia. After the fail of Operation British, the Zeon realized the only way to neutralize Jaburo was a costly frontal assault. Prior to Char Aznable's famous raid, several other attempts were planned, including using multiple battalions of mobile suits accompanied by an experimental mobile armor being designed in East Asia by Zeon scientist Genius Selosh. However, the Asurus project ended in complete failure, as seen during the events of Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team. An overwhelming strike was abandoned after the ground war turned in the Federation's favor after the Battle of Obsidia. On November 30th, Universal Century 0079, Char Aznable and his forces traced the White Base to Jaburo, relaying his position to several of Zeon's remaining military units. They launched a combined air, land, and underwater operation, at first securing several of the noticeably difficult entrances to the base. The Zeon's mobile suit force consisted of Zaku-2s, Golfs, Doms, Zoks, Glogs, and Zok. However, the assault ultimately provided devastating for the Zeon forces, as they had to fight their way through a hailstorm of anti-aircraft, anti-artillery, mines, and entrenched positions. Moreover, Battle of Jaburo served as the first major deployment of the Federation's mass production RGM-79 GMs, along with other new mobile suits including the RX-78-6 Murloc Gundam. The White Base and its RX-78-2 Gundam played a pivotal role in the battle. After defeating Char Aznable and his saboteurs, forcing their retreat and ensuring the Zeon forces' defeat, Jaburo was again in the spotlight during the early stages of the Griff's War. AEUG forces, led by Char Aznable once again, attacked the complex, but the elite Titans had set a trap for them in the form of a nuclear bomb. Jaburo had gradually fallen into disuse after the 1-year war, and was only defended by antique units such as the Tin Cod and Saberfish fighters, among numerous GM Sniper Customs, GM Cannons, Gulf fighter types, and gun tank Mark IIs. The AEUG defected the deception and escaped with little to no casualties, despite the destruction of the central facility in Universal Century 0087. Other portions of the base remained functional almost a year later in MSVR Return of Johnny Rider. Eventually, Jaburo was simply abandoned. 1,000 years later, in the Virtual Century era, Burris Zephyr and Luna Lee would battle amongst the ruins with fossilized remains of a Zergox. Yeah, so a bit of history there, and I do apologize about my phone. But yeah, that's a bit of history about Jaburo Base. I think it's quite interesting that it was just abandoned and was near enough impervious to all attacks. Even the one that Char Aznable led cost them dearly and ultimately led to a defeat for the Zeon forces and Char Aznable himself. And that's all I wanted to talk about with the Zok. Its history, a bit of its specifications, how it was important, and a bit about the Jaburo base in which it played such a vital role. Now I found some nice copyright-free music for you to enjoy for the rest of this video, so sit back, drink some tea, listen to the music, relax, and watch me finish off this build.
to transfer him, and then after I put the transfers on, I will put this guy together for you in a few moments. The reason I did this on off camera is for my sanity. So as you'll see, I have now put on the transfers that I've needed to be done. And now it's time to put this guy together. And there we have him. Char's Zoc, all completed, all done. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. Until the next build, this is Dave, building Gundam.